What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction. It is finale time once again for another show. Heavenly Delusion, episode 13. The journey continues and begins. I am very excited for this. This show has been such a roller coaster in so many ways and a huge mind fuck, and it really makes your brain work and try to wrap around everything that's happening and figuring out stuff on your own alongside the main characters of the show in the present timeline, and even trying to decipher some stuff alongside the characters in the past timeline too. But it's more of like, you know, just it's shown to you in a way where it really makes you think, and it's like, okay, what's really going on here? And it's been a really amazing journey, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. Like this has been a show I haven't watched a genre like this where, you know, it's kind of psychological and it makes you think a lot. I haven't watched one of these shows in a long time, and I'm really glad I picked this up. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it, in my opinion. Like, this is a really, really good show, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. And last episode in particular, like some of the things that we've learned throughout this journey in the first season, you know, it seems these in the past timeline, these kids that we've met, you know, in this facility, it seems that, you know, because the robot that was, you know, telling them about this test and announcing it and whatnot called them Hiriko for the first time, and in the present timeline we know that means man-eater. And also with all the combinations of, you know, Mimihime, you know, having these visions, and how, like, for example, she was talking to Kona and like she saw Kona as a man-eater, and it looked like that man-eater that turned invisible, the one that actually like fucked up Haruki and like what started his whole journey, and how, you know, his consciousness or soul or whatever was transferred to his sister's body. So it's definitely a fact that, you know, sooner or later these kids turn into man-eaters, or, you know, maybe some of them are lucky enough to get out of it without that and just continue to live on as humans with these special abilities. But it seems 99% of the time, eventually they're going to fall down with this disease, and if you die naturally with that disease, then you're going to turn into a man-eater. We learned that from Dr. Usami because he was trying his hardest to figure out a way to cure the disease for Mimihime, which I think we've gotten confirmation of from last episode, because whenever she first reached the outside through that hole in the building, she actually like looked up to the sky and she thought she was falling up. Like, she couldn't believe how huge the ceiling was, and I think this is what made her fall in love with the sky. And then this is why we saw whenever she had one last request, whenever MARU and Haruki met her, she wanted to see the sky one last time. So I think that's confirmation that that was Mimihime. And Dr. Usami, I still am kind of unsure if that was really the mob-looking character that is really, you know, fond of Mimihime. I would like to think that it is, because, you know, he's always been fond of her, always loved her, and it seems that I would like to think that continued throughout their life, and this is how he became a doctor and wanted to try and save her. And so, yeah, you know, I think that's confirmation of that was actually Mimihime. So yeah, I think that's confirmation of that was Mimihime. And then also, like, we learned from Dr. Usami within that conversation of like the kids turning into man-eaters. She eventually had that disease, and he was trying to find a cure at first, and then once he couldn't find a cure and it was too far gone, like most of her limbs are gone, you know, the disease had already spread too far. Now it's more of a worry, like, okay, is there a way that I can help you die as a human? Because if you die naturally with that disease, that's what happens. You turn into a man-eater. So he was trying his hardest to find some sort of way to turn her back, or like help her die as a human, and thankfully Maru's ability is what allowed that to happen. So yeah, really crazy stuff there. So yeah, it's been really amazing seeing the connection between, you know, the past timeline of these kids and learning about them, and then eventually realizing and it all coming together. Okay, these kids, most of them probably end up becoming these man-eaters, and it's like, damn, dude, this is fucking crazy. Along with all the other stuff that you figure out, like the goal of the place, like from the director, like they were trying to achieve immortality in some sort of way through this place. A lot of it was reliant on this AI, which I feel like we still haven't gotten a huge amount of answers on, but I feel like Asura is connected in this in a lot of ways, and that's why she committed suicide. She had a goal in mind. She wasn't afraid. This is like what she thought she was meant to do. So I feel like Asura is somehow is the AI now ever since then, or is combined with the AI in some way, or is influencing the AI, and then thus the AI or Asura or whatever was what was influencing these kids. And this is why Maru and Tokyo and Kona even had sex in the first place, and, you know, why these other kids even learned about, you know, kissing and all this kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the AI from the get-go has been influencing these kids and always not in line with what the humans that are controlling this facility or in charge of this place really want. Because at the end of the day, if you give AI too much control, this is what's going to fucking happen. They're going to start doing whatever they want. And I really like that concept because AI is pretty relevant in today's time right now, where it's still on in its early stages, but it's very quickly already becoming very advanced in a couple ways. And between Chat GPT and so many other AI programs that other people have created, like it's kind of alarming if you think about it. Like if you could get to this point where you trust it too much and then you don't have control anymore, as we saw like whenever this place started collapsing, or whoever was trying to break in, or whatever was going on. The AI was, saying access denied to literally everything that everybody was trying to get into. And then we see Salvatore Sensei, was it Salvatore, something like that. As we can see, we get confirmation on the kid that Tokyo had. They made a clone of it because they fell over, and he was like, fuck, I don't know which one is which. Like, oh man, if I get the system online, then I can check. So it's like, okay. And they never mentioned the word twin, but it seems that they're aware that there is 2 fucking babies. So that's what clues us in that it's probably a clone. That is curious in itself. Like, okay, does that mean MARU, who we know in the present timeline, is that the original kid? Or is that the clone version of him? Like, which is which? Because the whole goal of this place, the whole goal of this thing too, on what like the girl that gave Haruki this like sort of mission to take Maru to heaven and find someone with the same face. So this is what, for some reason, this girl that was, kind of taught Maru what he knows now, and like was kind of hanging around him before he met with Haruki, and she passed away from that disease. This is what kind of started this. For some reason, that's the end goal. Like, I don't know what is going to be the end result of that, but for some reason, they want the clones to meet up. And that seems to be like a really big end goal for all of this. So that's interesting in itself. And as well as last episode, it's very confusing on whether like this is what's happening. It seems like this is what is happening is in real time, because like the director and everything else and like the explosions and stuff. But the whole time that started happening, the fifth years noticed right away that they started like chanting danger. So like that was like really interesting. They started noticing it right away. And then also at the very beginning of last episode, we saw like, I guess like the test start for, I don't know if it's individual or if it's a group thing, but we saw from Tokyo's point of view, she was trying to get ready, and then all of a sudden like she couldn't find her pants, and then all of a sudden she's like out on the balcony with the rest of them. She still doesn't have her pants. The robot's overly enthusiastic. Are you ready to go outside of the outside? And then they all cheer, and the robot's like, all right, and then let the test begin. And it zooms in on Tokyo's face, which obviously we know, her, and she had longer hair. And then all of a sudden she wakes up and she's like, what a weird dream. And then we see her with short hair, and she looks in the mirror and she's aware. She's like, oh my God, my hair's so short. So it's like, all right, what's going on? And then the announcement of the same date and time, like, I wonder what's going on there, if the test is individualistic and if Tokyo is within that test, and that's why we're not seeing her right now and nobody knows where she's at with the whole like collapse of this facility, because Kona's taking care of the fifth years, taken into the pool, and then Mimi Hime and the others went to go, check out this hole in the wall and actually went outside. So where's Tokyo in the mix of all this? Is she actually within some dreamlike state or in something for the test, or is this what's happening with everybody right now? Is that the test? But it seems more like a reality thing that's happening right now. I don't know. It's very confusing. But then again, we did get a lot of the present timeline last episode too. We were jumping back and forth between the two because it seems like this, power plant or whatever that Haruki met Robin at is the old facility. That's what it seems like, at least, because that's exactly like she said, like, oh, that power plant over there where I'm supposed to meet him, that's where the facility that we're trying to get to, the Ibaraki facility, that's exactly where it was. So is the Ibaraki facility, is that this facility that was in the past timeline, or is it one of the other ones? You have to find that out yet. But it was very, very disturbing last episode, because as we can see, Robin is not who we fucking thought he was at all. And you know what? Actually, after, editing through that episode and kind of rewatching it and, seeing some other people react to the episode and, just kind of watching it again, it really seems like, as I was saying, like I was saying in the post-episode discussion of last episode, like it doesn't really seem like what's his goal in all this? Like, why is he doing this to Haruki or Kiriko? But it's really Haruki, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is his goal in all this? Like, it just really seems like he really is acting upon this, like, fantasy of wanting to have sex with Kiriko. and somehow is enjoying the fact that it's Haruki inside her head. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really just seems like he's being an asshole and just living upon this fantasy. Like, it doesn't seem like there's any like ulterior motive to this. So I was like, is it really as simple as that? And honestly, I think at this point it is, after rewatching and kind of seeing it again. Like, I think this is an interesting dynamic with Haruki being inside Kiriko's body, because obviously everyone that sees you sees a woman, sees Kiriko if they already knew Kiriko, so you're going to be treated differently. You're not going to be looked at as Haruki, whereas, you know, they grew up very differently in how they saw Robin. Probably like Haruki really looked up to Robin. They were both guys, and like he was kind of like a, you know, like just a man figure for him in his life, and he just thought he was really cool. But that's when Haruki was Haruki, you know what I'm saying, like a young guy. And then Kiriko, on the other hand, it seems like Robin always wanted to get with Kiriko, but maybe Kiriko was not really with that, or, you know, Robin could just never have his chance. And first of all, he seemed very scared when it came to actually seeing her for the first time. And I didn't notice this right away, but when he sees her, he gets a flash. It flashes real quickly of her original black hair compared to the brown. So like, it's like he really saw the original Kiriko and he was fucking scared to death. And he was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Which is evident in seeing that maybe he has more to do with their situation than we think. And, you know, that's where right away I was like, this is sus. Like, this does not feel good at all. And sure enough, like, he, you know, tells her to take a shower, and then, you know, he takes her clothes away, and then he has handcuffs, and then boom, this is where he starts this whole scenario where he's basically raping her right now. And so he's getting his way, and I think it really is as simple as that. Like, he just always wanted to have sex with Kiriko, so now this is his chance, and he knew he could accomplish it because he was actually realizing that it's Haruki inside her head. And Haruki is someone who really trusts and respects and looks up to Robin, so he knew that he could take advantage of Haruki, and then thus getting his way and actually being able to hook up with not even hook up, literally rape Kiriko. And the fact that he knew that and took advantage of that, and he's also getting off on the fact that it is Haruki inside her head. Like, he was like, look at what I'm about to do to your sister. Like, bro, that is fucking unbelievably sick, bro. Like, that shit was so uncomfortable and eerie. Like, oh my god. And then the episode ended. Like, yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. So I really think, like, after watching it more and re-going through it and you know, editing that episode, it made me realize, like, yeah, I think it really is as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, Haruki is, you know, Haruki in there, but on the outside physical, that is Kiriko, and people are gonna treat you differently because that's what they look like. That's what you look like to them, is just Kiriko. Like, they don't know that you're a guy inside of there. And so it's the same thing with Robin, where, like, you know, he just sees Kiriko. He just wants to fuck. He just wants to fuck Kiriko. He doesn't give a fuck about Haruki, but the fact that he found out about Haruki being inside her head, that made him even more, I guess, confident that he could accomplish this. You know what I'm saying? And be a sick fuck and actually get what he wants. So, like, that is just wild to think about, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Haruki, like, looked at Robin in such a different way, but we never really got the perspective of what Kiriko in the past, like the actual Kiriko, thought of Robin. You know what I'm saying? So we were led to believe that Robin is this trustworthy person, when really he was just, you know, nice to Haruki as a kid, but really he's a piece of shit and always wanted to do something like this to his sister. And now Haruki is like, it's just fucked up, man. Like, that is just disgusting, bro. Like, oh my god, that was sick. So I have no idea what to expect with this finale. Like, this is literally the last episode of the first season. You know, I hope we get, you know, some more information. Hopefully, like, I don't know if we're going to jump back into this actually happening in the moment, and because it doesn't seem like Maru has very much of a drive or like a worry, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't seem to have a gut feeling that anything's going wrong, because I thought he might pull up and save her, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. So maybe we just get back into it and it's already happened, and fucking now Kiriko, Haruki, whatever, is probably completely fucking traumatized. And who knows if Robin even lets him go. I mean, who knows? Like, but I mean, I would assume Maru sees something wrong at some point. So hopefully they fucking reunite and get back to safety where fucking Haruki belongs, because goddamn, that is just terrible. And then also see what else is going on with the past timeline facility and how much more divulges on the outside of the outside and this test and all the kids and whatnot. So, man, what a long pre-episode discussion. That's enough of me yapping, but this is what this show does. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. Let's get it. Episode 13, finale, Heavenly Delusion. Right into the opening, bro. Wasting no time. This is gonna be wild, man. All right, here we go. Here we go. Finale time, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, they're probably used to having AC everywhere. Yeah, I guess.
いや、もう少し調べてからだ。外のこれ以上行けない一番外まで行けば勝ちだ。
勝ちって何に？
それは。
They're still focused on this as being the test, so. But it doesn't seem like this is what the actual test was supposed to be. Seems like what the test was supposed to be is within what Tokyo's going through right now, but we don't know where she's at right now. This seems like they actually have just gotten outside. We're seeing all these things for the first time. Experiencing all these things for the first time. He's determined to keep going. Didn't even say anything. He just always sticks by Mimihime. So it looks like those two are going to stick together and keep going outside. No.
まあそんなところです。沢渡先生、時雄くんに返すのはどっちですか？で、印のある方が。
Bro, so the one with the mark is the one they're returning to. He's trying to make a final decision even though he doesn't really know. He doesn't know like he doesn't have exact confirmation. Bro, it's obvious that you fucked up. Oh my god, bro. The Noah Project. A plan to protect the children, eh? See, he's still over here. Bro, so it's been days. Or no, it's been one full night. But see, he's trying to convince himself that everything's okay. Like, yeah, I'd probably want to do the same thing, have a good time, you know, just chill with the guy. But I know... Oh, another night. So it's been 2 nights. See, nah, yeah, no. You're on the right track, Maru. You're on the right track. It's good to worry. I need you to go down. I need you to go there, please. Please, go down there and fucking kill that fuck, please. That sounds really bad, but... That motherfucker deserves it, bro. See, and now it's been another night. So yeah, it's been a good couple nights. Couple days, even. See, okay, so he's already told his little lackeys about, like, don't let anybody come in here and interfere with my fucking, you know... Bro, he's been fucking fooling around with her and messing with her the whole time, bro. Oh my god. Good. Good shit, Maru. Thank you. Get the fuck in there and save Haruki, please, for the love of God. Oh my god. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, please. Bro, he's walking up like he's a fucking menace, bro. He's a fucking badass. Go ahead, Maru. Ooh, okay. Decent hit. Not as good as mine, though. Yep, she's still just handcuffed there. Just fucking... Oh, my God. I don't think he's ever going to be the same after this. Oh, wow. He got a slight memory of his own sister's memory, so he's already no wonder he had this type of view of Kiriko. Oh my god, he was already doing this to her when she was younger. Oh my god, this fucking asshole, this fucking sick fuck. Maru, please tell me you have that gun with you, because blow this man's head to smithereens, bro. That gunshot. That's why he was scared. That's why he was fucking scared. We never saw who shot the gun. What if he was the one that shot it, bro? I just want to follow orders. Oh my god, look at what he's done to this fucking poor kid, bro. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Please. Fuck him up. Don't let him run. Don't call for help. Stupid bitch. Running and scared like a little fucking bitch. Just like the pathetic fuck you are. Oh my god, yes, please. Please, please, Maru, hurry up. Such a shame that he has the same voice actor as Zoro. Oh my god. No, you fucking sick oh my god, please. Hurry up and destroy him. Nah, Maru's such a badass, bro. He's not even letting him. He's not even really fucking with him yet. He's not even fucking. He's just. You won't let him leave. Fucking asshole. That's what you fucking get. Thank you. Holy shit, bro. Thank you. Lord, bro, that shit was so satisfying. I loved every moment of that. Fucking ran away, fucking started hyperventilating. He was scared, a little fucking pathetic bitch. Oh my god, she's right there. Okay, she has the short hair, so... Okay. Okay, what the fuck is that? Oh my god, it's the director. She's still alive. Ew, hell no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Oh shit. Oh shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? And her eyes lit up blue. Bro, what the fuck? Are they? I don't think they even know where they're going. I think they're lost. Oh man, dude, this show is so good. This is crazy. This is the finale, man. I might have to start reading this since I don't know. From what I've heard, some of you commented like it might be a long time before this show gets a second season, if it ever even does. Oh shit! What the fuck? What the fuck? Ooh! What the fuck made that shit literally like move up? Like the rock literally like moved it. What? He's been slowly figuring out what he actually thinks of her and like how to like express it. That's that logo. Their buttons on their clothes. Remember he was holding on to that? Yep. Chiro is definitely Dr. Usami.
ロビンを殺さないでくれ。
Nah, fuck that. I don't care, bro. He's like, how could you say that? Like, Maru can't believe it. Like, how do you want me to stop and, like, let this fuck live? I get it, right? Okay, I get it. Like, you're being the bigger person by doing that, but he doesn't deserve that fucking pity.
自分が誰なのかもよくわからない。
Yeah, but, like, imagine going through that. Like, what, bro, nah, these past couple days were legit hell for Haruki. Like, I could not imagine. That is just beyond trauma.
お姉ちゃん一回いや気分的には 3,4 回振られてるけどもう一回聞いてくれよ嫌だったらその石を川に放ってやめるからもし俺と春樹が出会っても友達にはなってたかもしれないがそういう意味での好きにはなってないと思うしまあ俺がキリコさんを好きになるかはわからない
なあ
俺はあんたが好きなんだ
Wow.
これからも助けてもらわないと
He's really trying his best to get his feelings across, and it's the best explanation he's been able to get off of his chest. But I don't know if the timing's right, bro.
だがあんたが危ねえ時は
She just went through a lot.
俺が
Like,
守る
僕が守ってもらったら僕の存在意義がないだろう。
そうだよお姉ちゃんは俺のガードだ鼻水がつく
はあ、子供の頃泣くと泣きじゃっくりでこんな風になったわ。もういらない。
good. Good. Move the fuck on. I still would have loved to see that motherfucker get fucking his shit rocked and put into the ground 6 feet under, but I understand it. Took the higher ground. But still, Maru put that motherfucker in his place. I enjoyed every moment of that. I think he just said, I don't know who he said, but I think he's determined to finish him off.
第六化装置とさっぱり連絡が取れないので来てみたら
Robin's not there anymore. Who knows what the fuck's even in there, bro? He was trying to get in there for some reason.
なんだよこれは化け物と人間がつながってるのか 一体ここで何をやっていたんだ稲崎は
I don't even want to fucking know, bro, but he's obviously not where he was before, so is he looking for Kiriko or is he better chase them? He better not, bro. He already got put in his place once. If you show yourself again, Maru will fucking kill you. He will not listen to Haruki this time.
いいの
Oh my god, bro.
てもしょうがないだろう。
で俺のピンチにはお姉ちゃんも助けてくれる
Well, at least they're together again and they're back on the same page. I feel like it's still gonna take a lot to get through that. I mean, she's kind of moved on, but like, holy fuck, bro. That's a lot to go through. That's traumatic as fuck.
誰もいないからノーカン。しょうがないだろう。文句はキルコ
Fuck Robin. Fuck Robin. Fuck him. This is literally how it's about to end. We're not even gonna get another look in the past timeline. The last thing we saw was Tokyo and like her ability possibly awakening, like I don't know, like protecting her kid. If that was even the original, like Sawatari still didn't really get confirmation of which one was which, you know, which one was the clone or which one was the original. So who is Maru? Is he the original or is he the clone, bro? Like I don't fucking know, dude. Wild finale, man. Wow. Does it end right there? Oh, we're getting a little something else. Okay, a boat moving. They're on the boat. They're looking onto a city, and that looks like huge metropolitan city. So this is still before the collapse. That's what it looks like to me. That looks like more like a modern Tokyo type shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, bro. We got a little taste at the end, so maybe that's a hint of like, you know, a future season. I would hope so, because damn, man, what a season, what a show. I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. Heavenly Delusion, Great fucking job. Amazing. Alrighty, guys, what another amazing episode of Heavenly Delusion. The last one, finale. It was a great finale. And I got pretty much what I wanted. Not all the answers that I think we all wanted. Obviously, it's not going to be all divulged to us in just 13 episodes. You know, there's still a lot left, I'm sure, to this story. But we did get a good amount of progress again, and we pretty much started where we left off with Mimihime and Shiro and the other two that made it to the outside. And, you know, they started exploring, and the other two kids with the black hair, the girl and boy, they wanted to keep going, so they're sticking together, so they're still exploring, and he's still believing that this is really the test, and like he wants to figure everything out. And then Mimihime and Shiro wanted to go back to the school and check on Tokyo and see if all the other kids are okay, blah, 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 blah. So that was what was going on there with them on the outside. And then, you know, and again, we keep on jumping back from present to past. So we jump back to the present timeline. Maru's still kind of like just lounging around the place that he's staying at, but he is actively thinking, okay, like, yeah, you know, I would want to see, you know, the person I've been looking for 5 years for, you know, a good while. And I would want to, like, you know, probably have a couple drinks, this and that, catch up, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's okay for, you know, like, a whole night's worth, and then he goes on to say, but like another night, like I don't know. So it's like, okay, you're on the right track. I'm glad you're worrying. And then like another night passes, and he finally is like, okay. He literally gets up, doesn't do anything, like he's still half asleep, and he just starts walking towards the place because this is where finally he's you know, enough time has passed. He's like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's worried enough to where he's gonna go check things out. He goes. The two guards are trying to stop him. And the guard already starts to mention, oh, isn't that Inazaki's like old flame, you know, like, you know, old like girlfriend or something? You know, that's so, you know, Inazaki's already fucking mentioned things to them, or they've just been paying attention because obviously he's got her locked into a fucking room, handcuffed to a bed to use whenever he pleases. Like, bro, oh my god, I could not imagine that, bro. That is fucking sick. And so Maru realizes what that guard says right away, and he's like, oh, nah, fuck no. He's like, I don't care what y'all say. I'm coming through. Like, get the fuck out the way. Sends both of them into the river. They have no chance to, like, radio, walkie-talkie to the people that are at the plant. Two more guards are there. He walks up like a fucking G, takes care of both of them like it's nothing. Then he gets into the place, and we see Haruki in the bed, and he starts to get, it seems like a couple actual memories from his actual sister. Like some stuff is starting to come back to him, and so we get a little flash of Robin's voice and like Haruki being asleep, and like Robin saying, Haruki's asleep. So it seems Robin has already done this before with Kiriko, and that's why maybe that was the one time that he tried to do what he did while Haruki was asleep or something, and he probably already did something like that, like rape her that night. And then ever since then, like, yeah, who would fucking want to be with somebody like that? So Kiriko's like, nah, fuck you, stay away from me. And Robin took that personally because he's a piece of shit. And then that's what happened. You know, obviously we didn't see who shot the gun in that episode where, you know, Kiriko was holding Haruki as he was like pretty much already eaten by that man-eater, and then someone shot Kiriko. We didn't see who shot the gun. So it's pretty good, you know, as another memory that Haruki got from his sister. It seems that it could have very well been Robin that shot Kiriko, because that's connecting on maybe why he was so afraid and frightened when he first saw her and got like a flash of like the real Kiriko, like it flashed like her black hair, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably why he was so fucking frightened and like scared at first. So he was probably the one that shot her. And so Haruki was getting those memories, and that's when Maru walks in and he's like, sis? And like he sees the situation that she's in and how she's tied up to the bed, and Robin's walking to that room with coffee, you know, with a smile on his face with the sick shit that he's doing. And Maru just looks at him in complete fucking disgust, as he should. And then Robin, I loved every moment of this. I loved every moment. He actually gets scared. He runs away like a pathetic little fucking bitch. He gets cornered. He was trying to get into that room where that monster was, so I'm sure he was probably trying to use that monster to his defense or something, because obviously he can't fight on his own, because you guessed it, he's a bitch. So he gets cornered, and he can't open the door anyway, so he gets cornered in that back, you know, hall. And Maru, oh my god, I fucking love how badass and serious Maru can get when you fuck with somebody that he loves, because he was literally just looking at him and not replying to him at all. Like Robin, like you could tell Robin was scared, but then he tries to hype himself up like, oh, like, you know, I've heard all about you. Does like Kiriko take care of you down there too? Like trying to taunt him and shit. Like that's gonna fucking do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to like distract himself from his fucking scared little mind. And Maru doesn't entertain any of his taunts at all. He doesn't even reply. And Robin eventually just like realizes like, why aren't you saying anything? And he's like, oh god, like, and so he tries to like kind of like sneak past like multiple times, and Maru literally just grabs him and throws him the fuck back into the corner, like not letting him leave and just staring at him, like just like almost like he's like taking it all in. Like, how can a piece of shit like this actually be alive? Like, how can he how can he even like live with himself? You know what I'm saying? Like he's taking it all in and just not letting him fucking move an inch. You know what I'm saying? Just letting him cower in his own fear. And then Robin finally gets the courage to, you know, try and hit Maru, and Maru just decks the fuck out of him into the wall. Head probably busted a little bit in the back of his head, already bleeding out the nose and mouth. And then Maru just starts wailing on him, as any fucking man would if they found out what the fuck was going on with their like close friend, partner, somebody they care about. Like, bro, no questions asked. I loved every moment of that, and I wouldn't have been mad at him being 6 feet under and actually fucking dying. But obviously Kiriko comes out, or Haruki, whatever, tells him to stop, don't kill him. I get it, you're taking the higher road, you're taking the higher ground, just let him suffer, be a little piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? But don't kill him. So I get taking the higher ground, but honestly, in that situation, like, nah, bro, I would have felt with Maru the same way. Like, I'm killing this motherfucker. I don't care. So thank God Haruki and Kiriko actually did that, or else then Maru would have actually killed him. And you know, that could have been a struggle for Maru to deal with, because he's already been dealing with like, my hands only bring like death, you know what I'm saying? But still, in that situation, like, I could get behind that, you know what I'm saying? Like that Robin is just a sick fucking individual, like human being, like doesn't deserve pity whatsoever, in my opinion. But then Maru has the conviction enough, because we saw at the end of their conversation, at least he has the conviction of, if he shows himself again, oh, you best believe I'm gonna fucking kill you. And so hopefully he doesn't show himself again. But then they have a conversation. Maru actually has a better explanation of like his feelings, because he's already like tried to do it multiple times to Kiriko / Haruki, you know, the person that he is in love with. And that's what he explained. Like, I don't know the Haruki in the past, I don't know the Kiriko in the past, but I don't think I would have really fallen for either of them. I'm in love with like you, like right now. And he knows he's at least attracted to girls and whatnot, and the physical person in front of him is a woman, yes. So it's quite an interesting concept, but he explains his feelings as best he could, probably the best he ever has, and, you know, just gets his, you know, his point across, and you know, at least tells her that I'm always going to protect you, this and that. So I think it's the best explanation he's gotten off his chest throughout the whole show. And that does make her feel a little bit better, but, you know, she throws a rock in the river, and at first that he thought like, oh my god, because he said like, you can throw it if you don't, like, you know, if you want to reject me or whatever again. But she just threw it to throw it, and then they have even more of a conversation. And you know, she talks about how whenever he was a kid, he'd hiccup when, you know, he was crying, and, you know, that's what kind of like was happening with her, him right there. And, you know, she kind of has a moment where she's like crying, or Haruki's crying, where, you know, like, you know, what's the deal with that? Like, what is my point of existing if you're protecting me? Because like, he or she, Haruki or Kiriko, is supposed to be the one protecting him and guarding him on the way to heaven or whatever, because that's still their end goal. And he's like, I get it, but your snot's getting all over me, and they're, you know, having a cute moment like they usually do, because they're such a funny dynamic. But she eventually gets all that sadness and trauma out through crying, and finally tears up the picture. Like, I finally met him, like, fuck him, like, we're out of here. And this is where they completely move on, pretty much. And I think that's still going to affect him for a long, because that is just, I mean, what he just went through those couple of days is just, I could not fucking imagine. Like, that is just unbelievably disgusting. But seems to have come out on the other side still okay. You know, like, looks at it in an optimistic way, like, I can't be depressed forever. And they both get in the van again, and they're on their merry way to still try and find heaven. You know, still doing their thing. And seems they're still going to be, you know, trying to get to that end goal, finding the place and figuring this stuff out together. So that's where we left off with them in the present timeline. And then we saw a little bit more of Mimihime and Shiro kind of traveling trying to find the facility again. And that's whenever somehow this like piece of ground like lifts up and makes her fall off the cliff, and Shiro protects her and falls down with her, but like takes the brunt force of the fall. And then that's where he expresses his love for her and actually understands what that feeling is that he's feeling now, and that's where he expresses it as love, because at first he was struggling on even what he actually was trying to say. Like, you know, at first it was like, I like your body, like this and that, or like I want to do this to your body, but it's like, no, it's something more than that. This is where he's finally figured out like what the word love is, and you know what I'm saying, wants to like protect her, like do things for her, and you know, if you allow me to. And she takes that to heart and, you know, accepts that wholeheartedly, and then that's where she takes off a button of her uniform and gives it to him. And so in that mind, for me, I think that is confirmation that Shiro is Dr. Usami, because Dr. Usami was holding that button, or like that logo, in his hand and kind of swirling it around before he killed himself, you know, halfway through the season. So I think that's confirmation that Shiro is Dr. Usami, and they both stuck together the whole time throughout their whole lives until the very end, which is just adorable. But who knows how their life led up to the moment where, you know, they were more like, you know, Shiro became a doctor, Mimihime got this disease, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows when that started to happen? And I feel like that's what we'll get into if we do get a second season, or, you know, if I start reading it shortly after these events, because as we saw, we get a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of, you know, a teaser right after the, you know, credits and stuff of Shiro and them, Mimihime, and it seems, I think the other two, they met up with them, and then it seems they got on a boat. I don't know from who, but they got on a boat and they started to travel across the water. And as you see, they're approaching a city, and it looks like a very modern city. All the electricity's still on, all the lights, you know what I'm saying? So this is still before the collapse. So what actually causes the collapse? And does it have to do with Tokyo and her protecting her kid? Because they finally let Tokyo see her kid, and who knows if that kid that they gave her was actually the original or the clone, and if that original or clone is Maru. That's another question that has yet to be answered, and I think they're going to be teasing at, and hopefully we find out after this season, or, you know, however far it is into the manga. I don't know. I don't even know how many chapters of the manga are out right now for this story, but very interesting nonetheless. And so once they gave Tokyo her kid, she was like, oh my god, so cute, like whatever, like, oh, this is crazy, this is what came out of me. And then the director pulls up and covered in blood, like, you know, with a fucking crazy look in her eyes, and wants to take the baby, and tells Mina, the AI, to take the baby. So the robot starts going in that direction to take the baby. And this, I guess, in this like fight or flight response, Tokyo finally uses, it seems, her special ability, which I'm trying to remember if a man-eater has shown that type of ability yet at all. I don't think so, but possibly. I can't really remember an ability looking like what the ability that was Tokyo was doing. But anyways, she started covering herself and like sprouting this, like, it just looked like flesh out of her, and like covering her baby. And then also the director tried to touch her, and so that started fusing or you know, spreading to the director. And then we got this huge flash, and that's all we saw. So that was pretty much the entire episode. And then also the assistant director's talking about like going through with Project Noah or something that she called it, that she came up with on the fly, and apparently it's a project to protect the children. So who knows? This seems the assistant director and Sawatari seem to be still opposing the actual director, and obviously they weren't expecting her to show up again and barely hanging on to life. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but regardless, an amazing season, amazing finale, and I loved every second of the show. It was a very interesting, amazing watch, and it's a huge mind fuck, so I really, really enjoyed it. Amazing. Well done, Heavenly Delusion. I enjoyed the first season. Hopefully we get a second. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, man. That was good. I really enjoyed this show. Hope you guys did too. If you guys enjoyed the finale, please leave a like down below, or this reaction to the finale. Comment, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for new, and hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.